What's up, meatheads? Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. Got a kick-ass Flex Friday routine for you today, and it's fitting that I'm flossing the old Bruce Lee shirt because in many ways, the philosophy that Bruce Lee had with his martial arts training when he put together his Jeet Kune Do training style was in a lot of parts the same approach that I like to take with my training. If you're not familiar with the martial art form that Bruce Lee kind of pioneered, it was essentially the first type of mixed martial arts out there. He basically handpicked the strengths of Wing Chun, karate, taekwondo, aikido, all sorts of different mixed martial arts, and put it all together into one form that he called Jeet Kune Do. And I like to think that pioneered my mindset, my philosophy for how I approach training for myself, my clients, and for all of you out there. I want you to be able to look and perform like an absolute ass-kicking machine. So in order to do that, we have to train our bodies to perform as such, all right? So we need to throw in repetitive work to force more hypertrophy, speed and explosiveness work to increase athleticism and the ability to throw a knockout punch, max effort work to be able to just lift the house, and all this together in conjunction with all the movement stuff that we do, all the movement prep work that we do, it's going to put together a system that allows you to look and perform like an absolute badass. That is the objective for this channel. That's the objective for how we're going to train. That's the objective for how I want you to view your training inside the gym. I don't want you to just look like an ass-kicking machine. I want you to train like one too, so that you can perform and look like an absolute badass. And today's Flex Friday routine is going to be the absolute pure example of that. So if you're looking for a routine upper body wise that will allow you to lift the house, look like a beast, and perform like an absolute ass-kicking machine, then today is your day. Let's roll the footage.
Now, when I talk about my personal training goals, it's kind of a story of how things have evolved for me over the years. When I first started, I was all about bodybuilding. And in regards to core activation work, I just did sit-ups, leg lifts, 6-inch killers, things like that. Well, now that I know better, now that I've aligned myself with some very intelligent physical therapists that also know a thing or two about lifting, I know that the anti-extension, anti-rotation, anti-lateral flexion work is going to be clutch for improving the quality of my movement as well as the quality of my lifts. So that's why you see me do kind of unorthodox core activation exercises. In regards to how I approach that athletic development, I focus on increasing the speed and explosiveness of movement that is going to mimic the same movement pattern that I'm going to follow in the core lift of the day. And in regards to improving the core lift of the day, I kind of focus on all the teachings of the best powerlifters out there. One of the things that you have to do if you want to get strong is lift heavy, all right? Training specific to your goals is important, and if you're trying to get maximally strong and not lifting heavy ass weight, then you're not going to get it. It's just not going to happen, all right? So in regards to powerlifting, it's not just about maximal strength in that core lift, but also how you cater your training after that. When you figure out your failing point, what you do to fortify the strength in those weaknesses. And a lot of times I found over the years of learning more about my personal weak points is that whenever you work on these weak points and do so in a manner that will, kind of build them up so that they're no longer keeping you from being able to lift the weights you're looking for, those exercises and how you address those weak points will also, because of the time under tension work that you're getting from doing them after that core lift, are going to help in a lot of the bodybuilding goals that you have as well. All right, it's going to help you build a lot of size and density. And given the fact that the higher rep sets are also going to work on getting that heart rate up, you're going to increase that metabolic rate so that you can kind of burn more fat and sport that leaner look. So if you notice, up to this point, I'm working on taking everything from every possible goal I have and figuring out who does it best. And that's the same philosophy that my boy Bruce Lee had. His philosophy was taking the best from all different types of martial arts and putting them together in one badass form. And that's the same approach I've always had, and kind of, or I don't want to say always had, because it's kind of evolved into this. It's basically an approach of, I know what I want, and I know who does it the best in regards to each one of those phases. So I'm going to take what they do best and work it into a system that will kind of feed off of all those strengths and allow me to get the best of those and pretty much do away with the sides of things, or the elements of those particular styles that don't really work for me. So, up to this point, it's a matter of taking the best out of physical therapy, sports development, powerlifting, bodybuilding. Hell, even towards the end, when I'm doing more bodyweight stuff, you can kind of make the argument that I'm doing a lot of gymnastics too. But I mean, it's really just a matter of training specific to those goals and catering your own program to the goals that you have set forth for yourself. And it just so happens that this is the type of system that I use. All right, there's more than one way to skin a cat, obviously, but what you need to do is make sure that every goal that you have, every particular goal that you have, that there's a sequence that addresses those goals, and that you find what will address those goals to the utmost and foster them, work on them, put it together in a program that is specific to those goals that you have. Doing that on a consistent basis is the key for success.
Hey, you hopefully enjoyed today's Flex Friday routine. Listen, if you're new to the channel and new to the whole philosophy of how you can cater your training to a point where you're able to look and perform like an absolute ass-kicking machine, then do yourself a favor right now. If you're looking to spice up your current routine, then do yourself a solid and pick up this free gift right here. It's called the Muscle Building Blueprint. It's going to outline all the simple principles you can follow in order to build programs that allow you to lift, look, and move like an absolute savage. So if your goal is to match performance with the strong aesthetics that you kind of think of when you're thinking of kind of a fitness model, then use this free gift as your model, as your foundation for how you can cater your training exactly for that. Like I said, it's completely free of charge, so just click on this button, or if you're on your cell phone or a tablet, go down to the description area and click on the first link that you see, and I'll take you to the free gift page, which outlines everything you're going to be getting with this free gift, as well as how I'm going to hook you up with it completely free of charge. And also, if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the like button so I know I'm hooking you up with what you're looking for, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the kick-ass tips and routines that I'm going to be hooking you up with in the future. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler